United National Party parliamentarian Ravi Karnanayake inspected the Panitchankarni Bridge in Vakare, Patiklo today. The intention of the MP's visit was to reiterate a statement he had made in Parliament recently regarding the dilapidated bridge.
The bridge in Vakare has been broken for 28 days. Are you denying it? Before you had to travel to Batiklo via Valikanda, we built the bridge road, the Kinya bridge and the Muttur bridge. We built the Opar bridge, the Gange bridge and the Vakare bridge as well. Inspecting the Panitchankarni bridge today, MP Karnanayake highlighted the current condition of the bridge. The road collapsed because of the flood 6 weeks ago. It is disappointing when a road collapses completely. There is a problem. If they had accepted that yes, there was a natural cause and that is why this happened, then it would not be a problem. When we argue in Parliament and we are told that we do not know what is happening outside of Colombo, then it is our duty to come here and prove that it is not the case. We were challenged to come here and we have come. If they come here and look at it, then they will wonder as to whether they are in Sri Lanka or whether I am in Sri Lanka.
Former UNP parliamentarian Buddhika Kuruguraratna says that the party headquarters Sirikota has become an orphanage for working committee members defeated at elections. He also points out that the government through the present budget has allocated more funds than ever before for the maintenance of the opposition leader.
United National Party is still the single most powerful party in the country. When compared to previous leaders of the party, the current leader is fragile.
රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ කියන පුජ්‍යලයා මේ ආණ්ඩුවට කඩේ යනවායි කියන එක. නිකම්ම කඩේක නෙමෙයි ආණ්ඩුවට සුපර් මාකට් යනවා. ඒ වගේම
At the same time, the government is giving benefits to the opposition leader like never before. At every instance, the person who has acted as security for the UNP has been... The state of the UNP today is very controversial. The working committee is like an orphanage today. Sirikota is housing these political orphans who cannot win an election.
එතකොට අද එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයට වෙලා තිබෙන තත්ත්වය අතිශයින්ම ඛේදජනකයි. ප්‍රත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලය අද අනාථාගාරයක් වගේ. ඒ අනාථ වෙච්ච අය තමයි දේශපාලනයෙන් අනාථ වෙච්ච අය දේශපාලනයෙන් ඡන්දයක් දෙන්න බැරුව ඡන්ද පරාද වෙච්ච අයට අද සිරිකොත ඔවුන්ට තෝතැන්නක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. better late than never කියලා තියෙනවා. ඒක නිසා දැන්වත් I
propose that it would be far better if they at least now respectfully leave those positions and hand over the UNP to those who have the ability to drive the party towards victory. They cannot protect Sirikota by putting up iron fences.
කියලා මම යෝජනා කරන්න කැමතියි. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔය සිරිකොතට යකඩට වල දාලා සිරිකොතට ගල් රෝල් දාලා සිරිකොත ආරක්ෂා කරන්න හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
In more local news, government and opposition parliamentarians engaged in a debate on whether the cost of living in a country can be controlled. This was during the Satana political program, which was telecast on our sister channel, Sirsa TV.
How difficult is it for people to have 3 square meals a day when it comes to sending their children to school, paying electricity bills, water bills and gas bills? For those who use gas, the people are in a huge mess. There are 2 sections of people here. The upper middle class do not have as many problems. They live somehow because they have some money. Those who are lower down can get some kind of welfare. It is those who are in the middle who are really feeling this crisis. It is difficult for the others too, but these people cannot beg, neither can they go around telling people of their problems.
ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් වැටලා තියෙනවා. අනිත් මිනිස්සුත් ඔක්කොටම අමාරුයි. දැන් ඒගොල්ලන්ට කියන්නේ පුලන්නන් කියලා. මේ මිනිස්සුන්ට ඉල්ලගෙන කන්නත් බෑ. මිනිස්සුන්ට අමාරුකම් කිය යන්නත් බෑ.
අපි මතකයි රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්තයා මේ රටේ බඩු මිල
We saw how Ranil Wickremesinghe took to the streets in a bullock cart against the rising cost of living. He says that the people are facing difficulties, but when the opposition leader took to the streets in a cart, the people did not come out. The people have correct opinions. The people are not thinking of their stomachs.
මේ රටේ ජනතාව ඒ පිළිබඳව නිවැරදි මතවාදයෙන් ඉන්නවා. රටේ ජනතාව බඩ ගැන නෙමෙයි හිතන්නේ. එහෙම දේශපාලනයක් අද නැහැ.
මේ අමාත්‍ය දුර සංඛ්‍යාව වැඩි කරලා තිබෙන්නේ ජනතා යහපත උදෙසා.
Has the number of cabinet ministers been increased for the good of the people, or is it, as you said before, to keep various persons within the alliance with the government?
පැහැදිලිව මගේ පෞද්ගලික අදහස මම මේ රජයේ අදහස නෙවෙයි කරන්නේ. මේ ආණ්ඩු රැකගැනීමේ අයිතිය අපි සතු තියෙනවා.
This is my personal view. I am not proposing the government's view. We have a right to protect this government. In order to exercise that right, we have to appoint the relevant ministers and protect this government. This government has given us the right to live. You may think I am making a raw statement, but this is what it is. You cannot sugarcoat it.
ලස්සනට අයිසිං ගාලා කියලා වැඩක් නැහැ. මේක තමයි ඇත්ත කතාව.
Mayor of Kodwala G.H. Buddhadasa charges that Minister Vimal Weerawansa is the individual who assassinated the economy of the country.
අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා දෙන දේ කාලා වාඩි වෙලා බලන් ඉන්නයි විමල් වීරවංශ මහතුමාට තියෙන්නේ. එහෙම නැතුව වෙන කරන්න බෑ රට.
Minister Weerawansa cannot do anything. He cannot take over the country. I need to state without any fear that Vimal Weerawansa and the JVP are those responsible for assassinating the economy. This is the reality and the truth. As a minister, if he had a problem, he should have discussed it in the cabinet and not on the pavements. Remember that he is merely a government whipcracker. He is not allowed to carry the casket. The president is the person who carries the casket.
මේ විමල් වීරවංශ මහතුමා කියන්නේ ආණ්ඩුවේ කෂකාරයෙක් පමණයි. කරඬුව ගෙනියන්න දීලා නැහැ මේක. මතක තියාගන්න.
The Vice President of the Junior Chamber International Organization, Sengatuvela Pen Balavela Yuthan, who arrived in Sri Lanka yesterday, visited the News Fest Centre today. Speaking to News Fest, he said that the objective of his visit is to motivate and encourage the expansion of JCI Sri Lanka to outstation areas.
The purpose of the visit is to motivate the members of Junior Chamber International Sri Lanka and encourage them to do projects in the community-based projects and to motivate them and support them whatever the guidance is needed for them. This is the purpose of my visit for the last few years. A lot of youngsters have joined in this organization, Junior Chamber International Sri Lanka. That shows that there is a very good prospect for Sri Lanka and a very good role for Sri Lanka to be played in international scenario also.
Earth tremors reported in the Vadinagal area in Ampara on a number of occasions. Earth tremors felt and a loud noise heard from the Vadinagal area last night. We received reports, but the tremor was not registered on any of our apparatus. The annual general meeting of geologists held in Kandy. The tremors in Ampara will be taken up for discussion at the event, which will be attended by many senior geologists. Usually a sound is not heard when an earth tremor is experienced. Sound being emitted during tremors in Ampara is an issue. The sound heard in Vadinagala could be caused by human activities. What are these human activities?
Fishermen play a key role in the economy of this island nation. However, this hard-working group of people never receive permanent solutions to the issues that they face. News First travelled to Kandakulia area recently to bring to light such a grave issue.
Welcome to the fishing village of Kandakulia. Sinhalese, Tamils as well as Muslims coexist in harmony in this village and engage in their livelihood of fishing. However, villagers charge that they face numerous issues when engaging in their livelihoods. Key among the issues they face is the lack of a fisheries harbour and the difficulties that they face in taking their vessels out to sea from the lagoon. The fishermen point out that the Kandakulia estuary that they used to take their boats out to sea is filled up with sand. Therefore, these fishermen are able to set out to sea only during 2 or 3 months of the year. The latest challenge that these fishermen have to face is the arrival of fishermen from other areas to fish in the seas of Kandakulia. If the number of boats increases any further, then we will have to abandon the village. 10 boats from Tuduwave have come here. Before that, about 15 boats from Chilau came here. There are ministers in the provincial council. There are ministers in the central government. 2 letters have been sent to Kandakulia. These letters are from the Deputy Minister of Fisheries and the Minister of Fisheries of the Northwestern Province, Sanat Nishanta. Fishermen and religious leaders participated at a meeting held at the Kandakulia Community Hall recently to discuss the issue. A fisherman who was representing fishermen from Chilau who used the lagoon was also invited to this discussion. There were 19 boats on our list. When the list was presented to the minister, he only issued licenses for 11 boats. He provided us with a letter for the Navy and the fisheries chairman. In future, before taking any measures in the lagoon, coordinate with the committees of these societies. They are not allowing the people from Kandakulia to do their jobs. I said I would take my boat and go. The death of dolphins was a major issue recently. No one came forward to speak of that problem. We couldn't even get 2 or 3 people together. I asked that while you determine your decision, you allow us to continue our jobs for the next 2 months. We made inquiries from the Northwestern Province Minister of Fisheries regarding the problems faced by the fishermen of Kandakulia. When you take the Kandakulia area, there is a long stretch of beach. Along that beach, about 10 fishermen have been plying their trade for generations without causing any harm to anyone in the area for about 30 to 40 years. They asked for permission and we have given them the opportunity after holding discussions with the Fishermen's Society. If the society does not agree, we will ask the fishermen to pack up and leave. There is no problem there. If a demonstration is being held in the village, then they cannot engage in their occupations. We will ask them to leave.
There are just 2 days more for the most glamorous night in Hollywood. Newsfest Shrine Jarampati and Katrina Chang, who have brought you the updates and insights for the Oscars. Tonight we'll be taking a look at the most important award that is up for grabs at this year's Academy Awards.
For this year's Academy Awards, we have a variety of movies, from theatre musicals, history, thrillers, love and pure imagination to create a world of dreams. But at the end of the day, they have only one thing in common: the magic of relating and capturing the human heart. Well, these are your nominees for Best Motion Picture for the 85th Academy Awards.
Tu avais laissé l'eau couler.
Dis donc, qu'est-ce qui t'arrive? Tu es complètement folle.
You're telling me that there is a movie company in Hollywood right now that is funded by the CIA?
Yes, sir.
Nobody's saying they don't appreciate what Jenny did.
Well, if all I had to do was cut a hole in a bag, I could have cut it better.
Walk with him till morning. Without him,
Parker was here might ever bring me peace. In times like these, I remember.
We'll win the war soon. It's inevitable, isn't it?
Well, it ain't won yet.
Anyway, guy, to survive the war and to be with the woman that he loves, Catherine Barker.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
And he does. He does.
There's nobody else hidden away on some other floor. There is just
every one of them has an absolutely good theme, a good feel about it, a lesson to learn. A lot of it is very didactic. I think 8 of the nominees for Best Picture this year have that quality, and that's why they are where they are. And I think that's why Argo is winning all of them, all the awards, because it is such a human story.
The West Indies women's cricket team won their first one-day international against Sri Lanka by 4 wickets at the Dambulla International Cricket Stadium today. This is also the first match played at the Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium since 2010.
The Sri Lankan women, who won the toss and elected to take first place of the wicket, posted 164 runs for 9 in their allotted 50 overs. The West Indies women chased the target in 38 overs with 4 wickets in hand. 4 of the Sri Lankan batsmen failed to reach double figures. The top scorer for the Lankans was Deepika Rasangika with 28 runs. Shakira Salman bagged 2 wickets for 8 in 10 overs. Batting in reply, Deandra Dottin top scored for the West Indies women with 43 runs. Kaisia Knight scored 36. Chamini Senuviratne and Shashikala Sirivardhana claimed 2 wickets each.
And with that, we wrap up this edition of your Primetime News Bulletin. Thanks a lot for joining us. I'm Shane Silva.
And I'm Maina Bongzo. Take care and good night.